Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Dynamo video. In this one, we're talking about Monday Night Football. If you're watching this, maybe the NBA video is out as well, so watch that one after it for Monday night. But in this one, we have 5 really good picks from you from the NFL after a pretty weird week where not many big games from players. I like to dive into these single game slates. I think if you can put together a game script for them, you can really hit some 5 of 5s like we've had on this channel. I think our last single game slate in NFL we went 4 for 5, so let's try to get 5 for 5 in this one. If you guys are new here, I know a lot of you who watch the YouTube videos are already in the paid Discord where we have 6-7 cappers in here giving out their picks. We focus on only giving out our top picks every day for the top event, so get over here. It's less than $1 per day on the monthly plan, so hard to beat here. So definitely check it out. It'll be linked down below. Also for this game especially, get on Thrive if you're not. 100% deposit match up to $250. It's like Prizepicks, but they have different props, slightly higher payouts. For new users to deposit at least $25, you're going to get this free square over a half yard rushing for Austin Eckler. They also have some interesting props over here you won't find on Prizepicks, like longest rush, longest completion. You're going to have that for receivers too, like longest receptions. Especially on these single game slates, it's good to have more options like you do on Thrive. Plus you got that free square of Eckler, so definitely get over there, check it out. It'll be linked down below as well. Now let's get into this video. So the first one we're going to go to is Zach Wilson on the under. Painting this game script here. Chargers at Jets. It's supposed to be a low scoring game, 40.5 total with the Chargers 3.5 point total favorite. The game's supposed to be 22-19, something around there in favor of the Chargers, so not a ton of points. I think that the Chargers will be able to control this game even against a tough defense against the Jets, but I think they'll be able to control the time of possession in this one and have just a better game offensively than the Jets. So I'm going to be going to a lot of Chargers players and not as many Jets players. So taking under on Wilson, 235.5. Looking at this one on Outlier, which is a tool with a week free trial that you could find down in the description. You can see they have it at 230.5, so we're getting 5-yard savings. This one has gone as far down as 228.5. We're getting it at 235.5. Last game he hit it, but that was against the Giants. Also hit it against Kansas City in a close game here, but he's only hit it twice this entire season, so going to be taking the under. The Chargers do allow a lot of pass yards, but I think they're going to be controlling the ball, and this one's still fairly early for looking at some stats because some outlier games, but taking Wilson in this one. Chargers also don't allow a lot of rushing yards, and in this scenario Wilson would need 20 plus rushing yards as well, so taking the under. Then going to go to one of his receivers, Garrett Wilson, taking the under of 4.5 receptions. Pretty much everywhere else I've seen this one, it's been at 4.5, so at 5.5 we're definitely getting some good savings here. If you look at it on Outlier, yeah, it's at 4.5 here, and if we think the Chargers are going to be controlling the ball most of this game, then we could definitely jump on this one and take the under at 5.5. You can take a alternate line here at under 5.5, and that gives you minus 140, which is going to be really good to hit. In the last 2 games, Wilson has smashed this, but you can see in 4 of 7 games this year, he's gone under this. And you can also come up here and look at 2022 for Garrett Wilson. 10 of 17 games, he did go under this, so 59% of the games. But you can also filter over here games that he played last year with Zach Wilson, and we could see in 7 of 9 games, he went under 5.5 catches last season with Zach Wilson, so a bigger sample size over here. So we're definitely going to be taking that as our second pick, Garrett Wilson on the under. Then for our third pick, we're going to come over here to another tool that has a free trial, OddsJam. This one really cool. Depending if you're using Prizepicks, Underdog, or Thrive Fantasy, they'll find value in some of their props over there. So the one that they're liking is going to be Kenneth Murray Jr. over 6.5 tackles. And you can see sites like DraftKings have this one at minus 135, Fliff at minus 140, Hot Streak minus 139. So a lot of these sites are really liking that one on the over. You can also check some of your slips over here, like Zach Wilson, 235.5. All these other sites have it at 231.5, even 231 flat. So we're getting that one under. They like that one as well. So that's one we're going to go with from OddsJam. Kenneth Murray on the over. So we'll go ahead and lock that one in for the Chargers linebacker. Now we're going to move on to some more Chargers. We're going to go to Justin Herbert, and we're going to take him on the over of pass attempts. The Chargers have just absolutely struggled to run the ball all year. So Herbert's have to throw a lot, and especially against the Jets, definitely going to be a tough defense to run on, especially for the Chargers, who maybe are exactly last in rushing yards. I'm not sure, but they're one of the worst rushing teams in the NFL, so they throw a lot. Herbert, 34.5 passing attempts. It's something we're going to go to with the game script of the Chargers controlling the ball in this one and not being able to run. So a lot of sites like it, minus 135 over here to go over 34.5 passing attempts. This year, Herbert's gone over that in 4 of their 7 games, and this one even opened up at 35.5. You could see over here on the line movement chart. Last season, in 13 of 18 games, Herbert threw for more than 34 passes as well. So definitely liking this one over here for Herbert. Think he's in a good spot to throw a lot in this game, which should be a tough defensive low-scoring battle, but one that we're hoping the Chargers can control and throw a lot in. So liking Herbert, and then if you're liking Herbert, you got to like Keenan Allen. We're going to him on the receptions of 6.5. Allen is usually a big reception guy, especially with Mike Williams out now. They're just going to be targeting him a ton. Sportsbooks like it a good amount, minus 127 over here on Caesars to go over. So far this season, he's hit it in 4 of 7 games. Hit it in his last game. The targets have been there basically all year except for against Vegas, which was definitely a weird game here. But besides that, the lowest amount of targets he had is 9. Obviously a game with 18 catches as well, which was just absolutely insane. So going to Keenan Allen, stacking him with Herbert for the last and 5th pick of the video. So if you guys are watching this and wondering why these lines have been changing, they change all the time, but I do post these in the paid Discord over here before the video comes out, so you could jump in on these lines before they start to move. So definitely get in there. It's less than the price if you look over here of winning a $5 slip, a $5 3-pick slip on Prizepicks to join up. So definitely worth it if we can help you win 1 or 2 of those slips over here. Also a ton of free money on the table on Thrive, so make sure you sign up for Thrive. You get that free square and some different props, higher payouts as you saw earlier in the video. If you deposit at least 25 bucks, that'll be linked down below as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you over in the NBA video for Monday night. That should be posted by the time you're watching this as well.